I'm joined now by Scott Schober from New York City. Scott, welcome to the broadcast. Scott, you're a cybersecurity expert and the CEO of Berkeley Varitronics Systems.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Tell us, how much merit do you think there is in this lawsuit against Facebook?
Yeah, there actually is some merit when you think about it. In this case, as well as several other cases that have been brought up against different social media entities such as Facebook and Twitter and Google, so Facebook's not alone. In this case, with Facebook, they're not really actively policing for content such as this. They could do a whole lot more, and that's really the big concern here. Instead, what they do is they rely upon users to actually report the abuse of violence and obscene things and postings that are inappropriate, and then they'll take action and pull the post down. But remember, Facebook's got 1.65 billion active users. That's a tremendous amount of information to monitor, but what they do is they do have these advanced algorithms that can pull inappropriate content when it has to do with pornography, and they use that also to target ads and things. So they really have to refocus their efforts and try to combat these extremist things in the postings and take it down, or else further things will certainly happen.
Regardless of the outcome of this lawsuit, Scott, do you expect Facebook to make changes?
I do. I think they're going to have to, because again, they have such a huge user base of the world's population, and people are getting sick and tired of it, and they're saying this is what's causing, and it's promoting and educating people to take up these radical causes. Look just what happened with Twitter last year alone. They had 125,000 accounts pulled off and deleted because of extremist things on there. They have a team that's actively going out there and investigating and looking at these different accounts and pulling them down. Really, Facebook's got to do the same thing. They've got to take a more proactive approach and pull things that are inappropriate.
Well, then you have the question of, where do you draw the line? If they're liable for this, are they liable for, organizing uprisings like the Arab Spring, when certain people got hurt there, or the attempted coup in Turkey, people taking to the streets and getting hurt and even killed? Where do you draw the line?
Yeah, that is a fine line. The balance between public safety and privacy is a very, very challenging thing there. But if you look at just the past few years, technology companies, and we're talking about many of them, Google, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, which are part of the bigger guys, really they have to do more in the policing and sharing information with law enforcement. You could also argue from a counterterrorism standpoint, the worst thing that they might do is pull down these posts immediately from Facebook, because they could use these posts to effectively hunt down bad guys and stop what they're doing there. So if they immediately delete everything, it's difficult. But what's happened is actually Twitter had a huge following with ISIS and others that were using it. They got away from that. A lot of them migrated over to Facebook, which is also important to point out for their messaging. Facebook Messenger does not have true end-to-end encryption, whereas WhatsApp and others do. So what will happen is the bad guys will start to use other communications that are harder to monitor and harder to decrypt. So it's going to be a challenge. A little bit of a cat and mouse game is certainly going on. But bottom line, Facebook needs to be more proactive.
Is there software out there that they could simply install that would monitor this more effectively?
Yeah, good point. And they do have it. They actually do have, in the algorithms that Facebook uses, there are things that can effectively pull out certain keywords and patterns and users so they could track it down. What they do is they kind of stop and draw the line and say, hey, we don't want to pull content down on our own. That's not our place. And up to this point, technology companies have been very protected with the laws that are in place. And they say, hey, we should not be held liable for content that our users post. That's starting to change now, and as that changes, they got to be more careful, because lawsuits will ensue and they'll get worse, and they're going to start have to reach it into their wallet and paying.
All righty, Scott Schober, thank you so much, joining us live in New York.
Thank you.